Alright, what is up my beautiful people? So Ninja Gaiden 4 has been out for about 10 days from the recording of this video. And I gotta say personally, I'm having a wonderful time, and I think a lot of people are having a wonderful time. But there's another side of it where, not just for this game, but it seems to be a hot trend to try to hate as much as possible, passionately. I mean, sure, I think we shouldn't dismiss criticisms and critiques of games, but I think a lot of people come at it from a point of, hey, this game kind of sucks, and if you like it, you're probably stupid type vibe, is at least what they give off. Even if they're not explicitly saying those words, that's kind of what it feels like. You know, we're over here trying to enjoy our thing, and they're upset. But anyways, I think this is especially the case when games are quite difficult, and Ninja Gaiden is a game that is notorious for being quite difficult. The thing is, ego can be a crazy thing, and these so-called gamers get upset immediately because they aren't instantly pros at the video game, and they continue to make their mistakes and not adapt to what the game requires of them. Maybe on some level they understand how it should be played, but they will complain that that's not how they want to play it. They want to play it a different way, or they refuse to reduce the difficulty because they're getting clapped silly, yet they refuse to adapt to the situation. So none of it makes sense. It's totally ridiculous. And I know there was this person on Twitter, I don't know who they are, but it's one of the first people that I saw complaining about the game.
This is awful. There's another guy in the... Alright. This game's out of my league, y'all. This game's out of my league. I'm not having fun. I'm not. I really don't like the combat rhythm. I feel like it's incredibly overwhelming. This is not my jam. It isn't. Like, okay, I get it. There's guys attacking me a lot. I've got to make space. I've got to use dodges. I've got to watch for telegraphs. Homie, as soon as I get engaged with somebody, there's another guy you spawn in the room with rockets shooting me in the back. Like, that's not fun. That isn't. That seems very, very cheap. It's like, so every time you spawn new enemies now, I got to do that. I got to target, and I got to run around the outer edge and kill 4 guys with guns before I can engage in the actual fight. That's not my jam, yo. Like in Yote or Tsushima.
I would like to take the moment to clarify that although this dude is partially raging, but also partially just speaking about what he vibes with, because he brought up Ghost of Tsushima and Yote, very different combat rhythms, and that's what this individual enjoys. And I agree with the idea that something can be not for you, but other people would enjoy it. And of course, just because you don't enjoy something and just because you're not very skilled at a thing doesn't mean that it's a bad game. And I don't think this person necessarily said that it was a bad game. I didn't follow the conversations online or anything like that, but he did get frustrated and made the self-analysis that it's just not for them, and that's a very valid point. I don't want this to be a point for someone to go and, you know, talk crap to this individual, you know. I'm just trying to like show that you can be bad at a game and analyze it and say that, you know, it's just not your thing. And on the other side, you can be really cracked at the game and it can still not be for you, which is also another position that I've seen, but from a place of salty hatred. But we'll talk about that a bit later. Alright, so for those that might already be familiar with the clip on screen, the next point I want to make is, of course, first, like I said, being bad at a game does not invalidate your opinion. You could have a well thought out idea of what a game is, but also being bad at a game can also sway your opinion because of ego. For example, the gaming journalist that could not get past the intro, the little tutorial of Cuphead, is like, damn, like, being incompetent at a game, you know, that's fine, but you gotta understand why things work a certain way and not let that sway your opinion if this is your job, you know. Another such instance that comes to mind was the God of War creator, I believe he's the creator of it, playing Metroid Dread, and him not being able to find out that you're supposed to shoot the ceiling to go through, when in fact there's an indicator of an enemy, and just shooting in general enemies in the area, because every other gamer that went through it instantly found the route. But I guess this dude, I don't know, just button masher, slam your head against the controller to beat up enemies, God of War style. I think, can't think anything outside that. I don't know, bro. But I just want to shine light on that. There's two sides to it. Being bad doesn't invalidate it, but it can also sway it with your ego. So we just got to be careful when talking about video games like this, because that is where the fake gamer debate comes in. It's like, damn, bro, you really gaming, or you know, what are you doing, bro? So now I would finally like to focus on two groups that I think are pivotal when talking about gaming. There's the enjoyers, and then there's the haters. The enjoyers will find any point to enjoy. They'll find different little things about the game that they love, whether it's the soundtrack, the gameplay, the designs, things like that. And on the other end, the haters will probably look at some of those and criticize them for being trash. And I'm not necessarily putting any more value on either one. Maybe they both have valid points. But I would like to say that I personally would like to hang out with the enjoyers. But for a moment, I do want to focus on the mentality of the haters, which now leads me to a particular post that was circulating, and it kind of became a meme amongst the people that enjoy the game, because this one, it could be hyperbole, it could be trolling, it could be whatever, but the thing is that there are people out there that do believe this, which is that Ninja Gaiden 4 is the worst character action game of all time, or even just amongst its own series. And I mean, you know, everyone has their opinion and all that, but you know, I think there's a lot of people trolling online, and just, I don't know, like it's that meme where it's like people are enjoying stuff and they're like, hey, that thing sucks, like, hey, and then the guy rages like, hey, stop having fun, you know. That's how a lot of gamers seem these days, not just for Ninja Gaiden, but it's like in whatever comes out. That's just the way things are in this era, where everybody wants to like pretend like they have an opinion or just make some noise so that they're part of something, I guess, because there's fan bases that appreciate the things that are being made. And of course, again, I want to reiterate, I'm not defending every single video game, because sometimes there is some slop out there, but there are a lot of haters. You know, there's the fan bases, and then there's the hater bases, and you got to figure out which one you're a part of, you know. And for those that enjoy the video games, I think we got to learn to just ignore the people that are never going to be happy. And if they're not happy with the direction of a series, you just got to play the OG stuff. Because I mean, for instance, myself, right, I do not really vibe with the latest Zelda games. I mean, I played them and I enjoyed parts of them, but they're not really for me. Like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of people enjoyed those, and just because I found myself as a longtime Zelda fan not enjoying the latest stuff, it doesn't mean that they're any less good. It's just they're trying something different, and some OGs like the games and some don't. And I just gotta accept that and not trash it just because I don't like it. I mean, maybe I'll talk some shit just for fun, you know, but a lot of people like make it a point, like, okay, what time oh, okay, it's time to hate again. You know, they check the clock, they're like, just wake up, stretch. Oh, like, oh, all the hating we're gonna do today. Hell yeah, on the schedule right there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, like, if we don't like something, have your opinion and then move on, I guess. You know, that's at least my stance, dog, because that's why I call all these motherfuckers fake gamers. Because they're focused more on yapping about hating something than actually playing games and showing how much they enjoy certain things. So yeah, I don't know. I can't really vibe with all the yapping and the negative vibes. And so that's why, to finish off the video, I want to show those that appreciate this new Ninja Gaiden. Because damn, bro, like, my introduction to the game, to the Ninja Gaiden series, was part 3, Razor's Edge, I believe. And that was what, like 13 years ago? I don't know. Like, I honestly don't remember, but it's just so long. And now with part 4, I don't know. I was excited because I felt like it came out of nowhere. And now here we are, the enjoyers vibing and just loving it. There's a lot of people labbing and having a good time. So I hope you guys are. Let me know what you like about the game. I mean, I guess if the haters show up, feel free to share your opinions. I mean, I'm not gonna like trash on the haters too much, cause I guess, you know, some people survive and live off hate, you know. So do your thing, but I'm gonna just ignore your ass and just do my thing, you know. But anyways, that's all I really got to say about it. And yeah, here's a couple clips and stuff from people that actually enjoy the video games. All right, real gamers. The first clip here that I'm uploading is from a Twitter user that actually posted this as a counter troll, saying, "Oh, I'm like torturing you on the timeline with the worst action game of all time." So I loved the vibe and thought I should share this. You know, people are just gonna enjoy what they enjoy, and I'm glad that people like this are just sticking to their thing. I mean, damn, the gameplay is beautiful. Like, fuck, bro, how do people hate this? All right, I don't understand. I mean, people have made points, but get out of here. Enjoy the gameplay. Next up, we have a Twitter user that shows the clutch that is the parries and just goes just crazy on these fools. Check it out. And for the last clip, we have a Japanese player showing us some tactics for when you're caught in a pinch. I'm not even far enough into the game to understand because I don't even have the weapon and all that, but I thought it was pretty awesome, so I'm going to share it with y'all. If you don't want to see spoilers, I mean, by this time I think I've shown plenty of spoilers so from these clips, so my bad. But yeah, pretty awesome. And again, I'm just excited and happy that this game exists and people are enjoying it, and I'm part of that group. You know what I'm saying, gang? But yeah, appreciate this last clip, and then I'll catch you in the next video, baby.